Hey guys, happy Saturday night. Yes, I'm in the hot tub. I'm going to speak loudly. Yes, I'm in the hot tub again, just because this is where I do my thinking, and like I talked about in one of my other videos, this is where I de-stress. This is where I do nothing, and so maybe this is where my creativity is, in the tub. I think of I don't know if anybody's familiar with The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The very end scene, the mice, the Zaphod Beeblebrox, and God, what's his name, Ford Prefect, and I forget the other character. Marvin, I remember Marvin. I am so depressed. Oh, that I got to do a thing on Marvin. I just thought about that. He's a robot that walks around. I am so depressed. Life's so horrible. Anyway, I'm getting distracted, diverging, but so at the end of the scene, anyway, the movie is they come upon Earth, and they come upon this guy, and he's in a tub, and he's like middle management or something like that, and he just takes it. It's his office. He stays in the tub, and he takes his phone calls, and he does his typing, and it's really funny. So maybe this should be my new office. All right, so. I forgot what I was going to talk about. Oh, jeez. Shoot, I did think what I was going to talk about. See, my mind got distracted because I was having fun with that. What is it? Oh, it was really good, too. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, all right. So, life around us doesn't cause us to be stressed or anxious or anything. What happens around us just happens. It's just life. What causes us to be stressed and anxiety, or conversely, be happy and enjoy things and be light and airy and enjoy life, is our thoughts. Because we take the events around us and we use past events in our lives that happen to us because they're in our memory, and some of them are actually just habit. A lot of us have it, not without even consciously thinking about it. And we take those thoughts from the past, those memories, and we apply them to the current situation because there's similarities there. And then instead of being present and really living in the present and taking in what's happening now, without even knowing it, we go back and we start reliving the past, and we exhibit those past behaviors, we have those past feelings, we have, all that type of stuff. So, really powerful idea is, and it's not just an idea, it's a fact, is that the environment and life and how people treat us and everything around us, externally to us, it's just something that happens. There's no value to it. There's no value to it all until we assign a value to it. And we have a choice to assign, a good value to it or a bad value to it. And it's all choice. And any event that happens to you, it has good and it has bad. And you can choose which one to look at. You can look at the value of the good and the value of the bad. So it's all choice. And I thought about this because just in my personal life, I've been dating a woman, very amazing woman, for about a year now. And she's out on the West Coast, and we've been doing this long distance thing back and forth. And her current job is coming to an end. That's just kind of what she does. She works in Hollywood. She works in movies and TV and stuff like that. And they typically work 3 to 6 months. They work their asses off for 3 to 6 months, and then they might take a break for 3 months or something like that, or just go into another show. But typically she will take breaks. So anyway, she's coming out here. She lives in California, and she's coming out here to the East Coast to stay here with me because she's renting her condo right now. And we've just chosen to do that. We thought it would make sense to do that. Plus, we get to see each other. And so, we've been doing this for a while. We've just been kind of planning and stuff. Excuse me. Sorry. We've kind of been planning it, and slowly. And then the other day, she sent 5 boxes of her stuff here, and I got them yesterday. And they're big boxes. They're big, heavy boxes. Some of it was work stuff that she has, and some of it was clothes. And so I brought the boxes upstairs. And as I'm opening up the boxes, I'm thinking, oh my God, I don't have enough room for all this stuff, all these clothes. She likes clothes. She's into clothes. She's fashion. Designer, costumer, that type of thing. So she's really into fashion. So she has all kinds of cool clothes, but lots of them. And I'm like, oh my God, where am I going to put all these clothes? I'm going to have to build another closet, or I'm going to have to use the spare bedroom as a closet. And then my mind started to go back to the past and start to attach to past experiences of relationships and stuff like that. And I started to get this feeling of dread, of worry, of kind of nervousness in my chest. I could feel it in my stomach, and it was really cool because I recognized it. I could feel it, and I recognized it. In the past, what I would have done probably, if I knew my pattern, if I wasn't conscious, is I'd get that fear, fight or flight would kick in, I'd fly, I'd run, baby. So I'd do stuff like, maybe not call her as much, or I've done this with girlfriends in the past, not call her as much, or just kind of, hide because I was afraid. But it was really cool because in this situation, I didn't hide from it, and I didn't push it away either. Sometimes what I would do is, and people do, is they'll stuff it down. Well, actually, not feelings. That's garbage. That's not going to happen. That kind of thing. And that is just as bad, because that doesn't allow you to process the feelings that you're going through, which are valid feelings. You have to process them. The feelings you have, regardless of where they come from, whether they're past or whether you're conscious or whatever. You can't just stuff them away. You can't just push them away, and you can't run from them. You run from them, they're going to chase you for the rest of your life until you deal with them. If you push them away, then they're going to come up, and they're going to ruin any relationships you have. They're going to constantly come up and bubble up or boil over. And if you push them away, then what we resist persists, so it's going to stay there. So the only option you have that's going to work for you, me, is to just allow, like I talked about yesterday. Just sit there, allow, and go with the flow. Feel that feeling, and feel it to conclusion, wherever it goes, and just kind of see where it goes. And typically what happens, and it happened with this, is when you do that, it loses power over you. It just kind of flows past you. And it has no more power over you because you've just allowed it to pass through you. You haven't run from it. You haven't pushed it away. You haven't pushed it down. You've just relaxed into it, and it'll just pass right through you. And once that happens, then you're allowed to really see the truth or the current situation in consciousness. And the current situation is just that she's moving in. And she's sent boxes. That's all. Got to find a place to put the clothing and stuff like that. And and the good thing is starting a new life with somebody. So, and that's choice. So once you are in consciousness and you're aware of your thoughts, whichever thoughts come through you, then you're able to have the power of choosing. Choice. Choose what you believe. Because it really is a choice. Because this is a belief. And what you believe, you're going to have, based on what you believe, you're going to have the perception based on what you believe. So if you believe bad shit, you're going to have bad things happen to you. You're going to experience bad things. You're going to see bad things. If you think that it's a good thing, then you're going to experience good things. And good things are going to happen to you. It's really amazing. It just blows my mind that that's how it works. Yeah, but it does. It really does. So, yeah, I just wanted to share this with you, the importance of... Okay, so, and where I've gotten here, for me, has been in my mindful practice. Well, initially it was recognizing that I'm not my thoughts. And I did that in a yoga class about 5 years ago. I was in a yoga class, and I was hot yoga class, Baptiste yoga, and I was just I was sweating balls off, literally, and I was in like Warrior 2, and just really sweating and in pain, I'll call it, because it was really strong sensation, right? But I stayed in the pose. Right? And I was like wanting to get out of the pose. I wanted to get out of the pose, but something was really quiet, or something was saying stay in the pose. And I made that, like, it was epiphany. It was like, oh my God, it was like a revelation kind of moment. It was like, oh my God, I have these two opposing thoughts. I had this thought saying get out, get out, get out. Usually it's the loudest one, because it's the fight or flight. It's the run. It's the, it's the survival. It's the one that's kind of quiet and in the background. That's your higher being, your conscience, your gut, whatever you want to call it. But that's what your true, that's where really the gold is. That's really where really you should be listening to. So anyway, so that's how I got to this point where, that's initially how I discovered the idea of I'm not my thoughts. And then I started to study. I read books like Byron Katie, Eckhart Tolle, and things like that. And initially, when I was doing it, I'm a very heady person, I'm very intellectual, I guess I'd say. I'm very, I think about things a lot, as you might be able to tell, because that's why I come on these videos and I'm thinking. So when I was thinking about these things, I learned about them intellectually, and then I thought I had it. I thought, oh yeah, damn, I've got this stuff. I know it, it's in my head and I know it. But I didn't know squat, because as soon as you think you know it, you don't know it. You've already lost it, and you haven't opened up your mind. Your mind is closed to anything else that's coming through. But also, knowing it or intellectually understanding it is not the same as knowing it or embodying it and feeling it in your core as what becomes wisdom. And that was a step that I had to take, which I could just get kind of long so I can explain that later. Well, really what that step was really consistent meditation, yoga, karate, and just kind of trying to do that. And then I was able to, start to, especially meditation, feel my thoughts, see my thoughts as they're coming up while I'm in meditation. But as you do it more and more and more, you get practiced at it. Just like if you're a yogi, you do your yoga on the mat. And yoga is not about body work. It's not about at all. It's about being a tight yoga butt. That's a benefit. But really, yoga is about breathing and connecting to your body work, and connecting your mind and your body, and doing that deep work. So the yoga helped a lot. Karate was immensely helpful as well. And those are the types of things that I've learned. And it's taken me years. Well, strike that. It's taken me years of struggle to get to the point where I realized that, and I made that one epiphany in that yoga class. 50 years old, and it was, I don't know, 5 years ago maybe? So 45 years of my life was pain, struggle, depression, anxiety, worry. It was horrible. But I crawled out of it. And what I'm trying to do with everybody is in this, and to help people when I work with them with the coaching, is to give you my knowledge. Well, not give it to you. I don't believe in giving knowledge, because we don't appreciate or own something that's given to us. We never do. We have to kind of work for it and earn it, kind of thing. And I've done that in karate. But as a coach, I lead you along a path and allow you to find your own answers. And that's the only way you're going to change, is if you find your own answers. I could tell you until I'm blue in the face how to do something, and until you actually do it, it's just theoretical. Like these videos. These videos are great, and I'm giving you information, but but it's just information. Until you actually apply it in your life and try it and do it consistently, it's not going to do anything for you. It takes action. So, yeah, I'm kind of going off on a diatribe right now. But, yeah, I'm just really passionate about this stuff, right? Because I think it's really, really important, and I don't like to see people suffer, because I've been there. So I was just kind of relaying my story, that it was really kind of awesome, because I'm entering into this new phase of my relationship, and I'm awake for it. The first time in my life I'm awake. I'm feeling stuff. I'm not hiding. And that's how you want to be. That's how you want to be in your life. You don't want to hide. You don't want to hide with drugs. You don't want to hide with alcohol. You don't want to hide with just not even chemical substances, but you just don't want to hide. You want to be present to life. It's so damn short, guys. It really is, if you think about it. We're only on this earth for a very short time. So, have fun and make the best of it, So, anyway, I just wanted to relay that because I thought it was really important. And it was kind of cool that that happened to me today. So I'm on this journey, and I'm going to try. I'm going to get triggered again. Guaranteed, I'm going to get triggered again. It happens. It doesn't go away. Your thoughts that you have, whatever they are, the fearful thoughts, don't go away. They're in us. Well, they're not. They're not bad. They're in us for a reason. They've kept us surviving for thousands, millions of years, because we are prey animals. We're not hunters. We're hunters. We're only up at the top of the food chain because we've learned to master tools and to be able to control our environment. If you put us out in the woods and there's a bunch of coyotes around, or wolves or something like that, we're toast because we're prey. And we have that prey behavior embedded in us back here. So, in modern society, our behaviors and responses and things like that haven't really caught up with where we are. They haven't caught up with our technology because our technology is going so fast, right? So, we can get triggered by someone, looking at us, meanly. And in the past, when, we were spears and arrows and things like that, and we were fighting for our life, then, yeah, that might be really important, because that guy might be trying to hurt you. But now it might be just your boss, or just, whomever. But it still triggers that same fear response. It's what triggers it. It's the fight or flight response. And so much of this we don't even notice. We don't even notice. People pick up on us when we walk into a room. Immediately. They do an assessment of us, whether we're safe or not safe, or what our intentions are, or a whole bunch of other things. Just because of that mindset from our primal beginnings, I guess. So that's all. The idea is to. So I'll wrap up. I'll come back to my story, beginning from this 180-degree thing today. So my point is, out of all that, is that it's important to learn to recognize your thoughts. Once you're able to recognize your thoughts, observe them, you can pick them, you can make conscious choice as to which ones you believe, because all they are just beliefs. Reality is what reality is, and it's different to everybody. So you choose your own reality, and you take the path that you want, and you go in that direction. Like I said yesterday, though, you don't hold on to what you want. You kind of meander through, and just kind of find your way, and go in that general direction. But life will kind of throw you curveballs and stuff, and you just kind of go with it. You reset your compass. You set your compass in a goal, and then something changes, something happens. So I'm going to change my compass. I'm going to go in this direction, and maybe I'm going to go back in this direction. But overall, you get to probably where you want it to go, and that's really important. But if you hold on to and you need and you attach to an outcome, then you're going to find suffering that way too. All right, so I basically covered everything. You guys have a great night, and I'm going to go back to just listen to music in the hot tub. All right, bye-bye. If you have any comments or suggestions, or if you want to post anything, if you have any ideas, if you have any questions, if you want comments, I really appreciate the thumbs up and the smiley faces and stuff like that. But a community, and I want this to be a community. A community is where there's discussion and people talk. They share their ideas, they share their experiences. Am I in the group right now? No, I'm not. Actually, I'm on the page, so everybody in the world can see this. But I'll put this on the group as well. And so on my group page, then this will be applicable because I want you guys to share and to discuss and whatever. Because no one can see it but you. And if you want to post on the worldwide page, that's even better. Okay, so anyway, guys have a great night. I'll get off here because I've been here way too long. All right, bye-bye.